What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. This is podcast number 8, and we got DS Trucks here on the bottom and our newcomer, Johnny Law, in the top left. We are missing Mr. Matt. He's out moonlighting for a few, and will be maybe here, maybe not. Probably not, but we might have a newcomer, Workplay TV. I'll make sure to put a link to him in the description. You guys can check him out. But tonight, we got some things we're going to do a little different. We are going to possibly build a truck here online. I'm going to screen share everything. I just found out how to do it because we're kind of excited with this Zoom stuff. The possibilities are looking endless here. DS, the setup in the garage, I think we can dig it. Looking professional. My man Johnny Law, I like the plaques on the back wall. Definitely looks professional.
Thank you, sir.
Without having you here, nobody out there in TV land knows what you got. Why don't you say what kind of ride you got, what'd you do to it, and yeah.
Yeah, so I got a 2014 F-250 6.7. It's my first Ford truck. Before that, I had a Dodge Ram 2500. So I got it used in 2017 just because the price tag's kind of high. It's a Lariat trim.
Hell yeah.
And I just modded the hell out of it. Like my wife and I, we're getting a travel trailer. Actually, in 2 weeks it'll be ready for pickup. So we needed something to pull it, right? So we kind of landed on this beautiful metallic blue jean F-250. Got the ranch hand grill guard going on, got the back rack, got the way safe hitch, did some modifications with the steering. I think you helped me out with the fuel tank. Got the 60-gallon Titan fuel tank. It's got so much fuel that the distance to empty maxes out at 999 miles.
Wow.
And after a day's worth of driving, it still doesn't go down.
Wow.
Got a bunch of lights. Got the some of the running lights on there. Did your light mod to the back. So got my I'm a ham radio operator, so I got my ham radio on there, CB, some other stuff. But just really sweet setup, really great truck. I have zero complaints with this truck. A few minor little issues that you've helped me with. Things that would have taken me hours to knock out. I've knocked it out in 30 minutes thanks to your help. So it is a great platform. I went this route because my dad's got a 2011 6.7, and he was really the one who turned me on to the Super Duty platform. I'm glad he did, and his is still rocking and rolling, man. So
Don't you got like a back rack or something in the bed, or with some
yeah,
lights or something?
Yep, I got the back rack on there. I got 2 LED lights that kind of point out to the front right when we go off road, and I got like a 12 LED light that points straight to the back. So when I'm hooking up the boat in the morning going fishing, or we're hooking up the travel trailer, or we've used it like this too when we're going out camping and it is just like so dark, we'll just flip the little LED light on and it'll light up the whole campsite.
Kind of like what you did, DS, with your ones on the back of the Salt Dog.
Yeah, I need to add some more. I need to definitely add some more. I want to add 2 pods to like down by the running boards to shoot back, because the dualies are hard to see at night. Just to kind of shoot at the ground, but I kind of want it to look almost like it's not there. But I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off. Have it still look pretty good.
Yeah, what inspired me was all the driving on the interstate when I was commuting to work, and just getting next to these big rigs and just looking at their setups as I was driving in. I always noticed in all these big rigs that they always had LEDs that face towards their trailer. And that's really smart.
Now, do you mean like when they're on the road, they're off, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they turn them on when they hook up. And ever since I added that to this F-250, man, I mean, like hooking the boat up at like 4:30 in the morning when it's pitch black, dude, you flip the switch and it is like daylight, man.
That's awesome.
Launching it in the lake, no issues.
Hell yeah.
It's like when you tint your windows and you look in your mirrors, the windows tinted, particularly the smaller mirror on the bottom, you can't see that mirror through the tinted windows at night. It's like nothing. It looks like just black.
It's just black. You got to roll your windows down, and then it's still kind of hard to see. So that's just, I mean, it's just like daylight. It just floods and they're LED floods too. They're not spots.
I like
flood the area.
I like the idea of a headache rack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never seen a Super Duty come in with the Ford accessory. It had, now if you guys look, it may even be when we go to build the truck tonight, we might even see it for accessories, but like right where the washer jets would be on the hood, right that gap where the hood meets the cowl, there's a set of rectangular little LED lights from Ford. And then over, so you're looking at the back of the truck, you're looking at the back window, where the third brake light affixes to the cab. You take that off this bracket, not bracket. I mean, I guess it is a bracket. It goes on. It has a third brake light, but on each side of the third brake light, they got two strobe, rectangular LEDs. So I'm like, that's kind of.
Is that something for the new model years, or is that something?
No, it was on.
It's been out.
Yeah, it was on an 11 through 16 truck.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. They had it 11 through 16. They had it 17 to current, but it was something weird about the build process where you'd add it and it make you take off something else. I think like the camera package or something weird.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like, well, I can't add this if you're gonna take away this.
Yeah, I bet you they ran out of like connector pins.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Can't put that with that because we're maxed out.
Yeah.
Did you lift is your rig lifted or no?
Yeah, so I added a 2-inch lift to the back. So I don't know, if you're familiar with the Dodges, the ass end sits up kind of high. So when they're under load, they sit flat. I was used to that. So I noticed a couple of Fords locally, when they're under a heavy load, they're spotting raccoons up in the tree.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I added a leaf on each side of the rear, so the ass end of my truck sits up, and then under load it levels out. And there's other ways to do it too. You could use like airbags, some other things.
For sure.
I just kind of like the rear end up high.
Yeah.
And it works. I mean, you put a load on it. The heaviest I've towed so far, this travel trailer is going to be about 7,800 pounds. The heaviest I loaded so far was 9,000 pound front end loader when we were doing some electrical work here at the house. And it leveled out flat. And I will say this too, this truck drives so much better under a heavy load than it does just empty, right? It runs great. It's so smooth towing as opposed to just empty.
Are you towing conventional, or you got gooseneck fifth wheel, or?
No, just conventional. So I got the short bed. I got the 6 foot, 6.5 foot bed, and I got a toolbox in the back that has some more electronics in it for boondocking and for the travel trailer. I got another battery and a battery monitoring system, stuff like that in there. So I got 3 batteries in the truck. But so I got the short bed's already like really short now with the toolbox in the back. So it's just conventional hitch. With the way safe hitch, which is really nice because I know how much tongue weight I'm putting on the truck. And then I'm using the 7-pin connector, right?
When you say toolbox, like toolbox that sits on the bed rails toolbox, or toolbox that's inside the bed and you can put a tonneau cover over it?
No, it sits up. So I have the headache rack or the back rack, right? That sits, and then it's mounted on top of the rail. Like the bolts go through it. And then the toolbox sits on top of that. So the bolts for the toolbox and the back rack all go through the same spot. So I could put a tonneau cover on it. But it's no big deal because I like kind of having it open. So still get plywood and crap in there.
Word. I don't know. I've been ever since. Yeah. What was it? Thursday? I think it was Thursday. Thursday, I was under my truck and I found it had an oil leak.
Oh, from where?
I don't know. Wherever it's leaking, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to pull the trans.
This the new one, the 2020.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, man. But whatever. It's a chance to make content. It's a truck. It's under warranty. I don't want to have to pull the trans, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't want to learn on mine, but it's the first one's gonna.
You've never had to pull a 10-speed, huh?
Well, I haven't pulled a 10 speed, but the other thing is just you're dealing with the whole cooling system, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm pulling the trans. Why do I got to drain the coolant? Like,
Yep.
so I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not excited to do it, but I did clean it off, and I got dye
Mhm.
and stuff in it. My mileage, I think I'm at, I don't know, 7,600, and I was planning on changing the oil at 10,000. So we'll see. But I was underneath a truck for one to make a video of the water and fuel, because I got a lot of comments and good feedback regarding when we did that 2020 fuel filter replacement, and how long do you let it drain, how much is too much, do you have to cycle the key? And it's like, I guess I really didn't cover that when I was doing the fuel filters, because I was just doing the filters, and it was like, we're not really talking about the whiff and
Mhm.
just doing that. So I was underneath there and doing that, and just noticed like all of the snow was dripping like right down on the connection of where the DPF goes to the extension pipe. You got that triangular
Mhm.
flange.
Yep.
I see so many trucks come in with that flange, and the bolts just rotted, and you can see like there's just one, and like the bottom of it's starting to separate, and you can see like black soot and everything. So I was thinking, I don't have a tonneau cover, and a bunch of dudes were saying, hey, you should get a tonneau cover. You should cover the back of that.
Mhm.
And it's like, I had a tonneau cover on my 98 F-150, and it was like every time I wanted to put something in the back, I always had to move the bows and, have this here and then
Mhm.
take off the back. And then, it was Velcro, and it was just a pain in the ass. And it's like, on my truck, it's like, I want to put stuff in. I want to put it in, done. I'm in, I'm out. I'm in, I'm out. I don't have to fumble
Mhm.
and go get hot water and pour it over it so that I can stretch it. And I'm like, I ain't getting a freaking tonneau cover. But it's like, now it's like, maybe I do want a tonneau cover, because I think they've come a long way since
Yeah, they
the
have.
early 2000s and whatnot. Like my buddy at work,
Get
he's
a
got,
folding one.
I know, but I don't want a hard one.
Yep.
My
And they
buddy
get
at work,
retractable ones too.
yeah, and I saw that. My buddy's got a hard one at work, and it like the panels are, I don't know, like 18 inches maybe, and they tri-fold,
Mhm.
over each other and like fold up to the back window. It's like, I like it because it's hard. I mean, that's cool. I don't like that you basically lose your back window when you got this thing up. Um,
Yeah.
but my other buddy, the firefighter, who you guys saw me do the 2.7 liter EcoBoost oil change video, his is a roll-up one, and it's a Ford, and has the bars in it. I mean, it's pretty slick, and it's like, do I get it? Tell me what you guys think. Should we get a tonneau cover with the black truck? Should we do we get a Ford one? Are there WeatherTech ones that are good? Haven't looked or priced any of those out in quite some time, so I don't know the brands that are, like hot right now, for that. But I guess maybe that's a good question to ask. What kind of tonneau cover are you guys running on your truck? And maybe if there's a good company out there, maybe I'll reach out to them and see if we can do a review. And I'd like to highlight a good one, because I don't want to. You see what the mods I do to my truck, so
Mhm.
um, I don't know. I
So
don't know.
is there an issue like you see the DPF bolts rusting? Are they studs?
There's studs in the DPF.
That sounds
So,
horrible.
well, I think it's a combination of things, and the water dripping from the crack between the tail, the bed and the cab. That crack was like literally right over that connection. I just saw water, just dripping down. I was like, oh,
You
You
got
I don't
that
can't
want.
you
plus the
can't
temperature
fluid
change and
yeah, you can't fluid film that or paint
Right,
it or it's just gonna get hot.
but
So
so like the stud the stud is sandwiches, two piece of metal. So there's a cavity in there, probably like that there's a void of
it's
air.
it's it's a void. Yeah, so it's two triangles, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like two thin sheets of like metal
Yeah.
and almost like a metal gasket, and you pull the two pieces together.
Yep. Yep.
So when we made some modifications to our to our vehicle, my F-250. We took that out. We actually just ended up welding all the way around.
No kidding.
We just welded the whole thing shut.
Wow.
Interesting.
Were the studs rusty?
Dude, so that's the thing. So you get water on it, right?
Yeah.
And then you have massive temperature changes, like extremes, right? Especially in the wintertime. And then combine like root salt to that, and you're just breeding an environment for component failure.
All that heat is going to speed up that chemical reaction.
Yep. So what we did was, two of mine, even on the 14, were broken, and it was just being held on by one. So when we made some improvements to the exhaust system, what we did was we just went back and we just welded the whole thing shut.
Interesting. I think I have probably I've noticed a few doing inspection, doing like oil changes. I probably have done maybe like a good dozen or more. Trucks coming in, I'm just see, customer complains, here's some air rushing noise or something. I got the back window down. And it's, oh, what the hell is that? And the pipe's just like, wah!
That, or you like exhaust smells in the cab.
Yeah.
So that's what tipped me off, was just the exhaust smell in the cab.
No kidding.
And got up under there and just kind of found it. So.
There's good to know that there's people that pay attention out there, and people in the noise to their trucks. And
I wasn't complaining about the exhaust smell. Diesel exhaust kind of good, but when you sit at a stoplight, you're like, dang, that's really strong.
It's unusual, and that's
it's unusually
noticing
strong.
that. Yeah.
That's going to be unfiltered, or what? What part of the exhaust is it coming out? Like
that would be filtered, but it's like really not pungent, but it's just real strong. Just where it comes out of that DPF
it's
right there.
It's post DPF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After they inject the urea into the stream and everything. So
post DPF, pre PM sensor. So there's one more sensor that all that stuff is going to go through, and that's a sensor that goes over the rear axle. It's like right at the top. So it's going to take one more final reading and whatnot before that actually gets emitted out the tailpipe. So
what all is involved in the repair when you do it? Like, you have to get a new rear section when you do the repair in the shop, because I assume you don't weld anything.
No. So what I'll do is I'll just heat up that flange and get an air hammer, and just pop that out, get you a new gasket for $5-6, and then get some zinc coated fasteners, put on some anti-seize and or never seize or whatever, and then get you washer, lock washer, nut, bolt, and just.
So do you upgrade the fasteners?
Well, we got two types of fasteners. We got like just grade A bolts, that are just whatever, galvanized or whatever, and then we have ones that are kind of goldish color that I would assume would be like a zinc coated, non
the gold ones, those are like hardened but a mild stainless. When they're so hardened that they're a little bit of a gold color, they're just kind of like a mild stainless because they're so hard. They don't really rust too quick.
I was just going to ask, do they hold up to the elements better?
I don't know. I mean, I've been doing these repairs for the last, I don't know, like 3 or 4 or 5 years, I would say, that I've been seeing them rotted out. So my repairs haven't been out in the field long enough, and I haven't seen them come back to really, say, this thing was, all crusty and about to fall apart, But
at the end of the day, it is fixable. It's not like you have to go into any components of the emission system. It's not like this flange leads to like something really expensive, and then now you're in a mess. You can replace this flange in this section.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so that's not too big a deal then.
I did have a customer of mine who had a 16450 Platinum, and for whatever reason he had it parked out front of his business and came out and went to go start it, and it was unusually loud, and somebody had cut his DPF off, but they didn't cut the downpipe. They cut the extension pipe, so they kind of fucked them. not only were stealing the DPF, but it's like he needed this whole other extension housing that was like on back order, couldn't get it. Needed all the sensors and what you got to do to replace all that. So they whacked we whacked a number on him on
That
that.
stuff's expensive, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So are you saying that he had to replace the pipe that actually goes to the engine because they cut too high?
No, they didn't cut the down pipe, but the pipe that we're talking about in the back where that flange is at, they didn't cut the DPF side of that flange. They cut the extended pipe side of the flange. So it's not only
Well, no, you know what, too, though? They knew exactly what they were doing because they wanted that part.
They wanted that part.
Wanted the part so that they could have a full unit that they can unbolt and be able to bolt it somewhere else.
It sucks.
I don't know.
Yeah,
because that extension runs back and then it curves up and then comes back down, and then you have your tip, your split tip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted the flange.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Hopefully nothing like that ever happens to one of us.
Do you guys use chapstick when it gets in these cold winter months?
No.
I don't have herpes.
I just
like to keep my stuff moisturized.
That I don't mess with that. As soon as you start using it, you got to keep using it. Have you ever used the full stick? Like rub down to like the plastic?
Most definitely. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Yeah, that happens right before payday, man. You're like in there with your pinky finger, like trying to dig it out to like rub it on.
I just use Vaseline.
I mean, you can do that?
Yeah, 100%.
Like hell yeah.
But I messed up and ordered the wrong Vaseline. I ordered Kroger brand. It's terrible. It's not the same as the name brand.
I thought it was like fire and ice or something.
It's like I use 10W30.
It's exactly,
not real good.
It's like 5W40 versus 10W30. It's got the wrong viscosity and everything.
Rub-a-dub-dub in the old tub.
I told my whole lady, order the real Vaseline, not the Kroger brand.
This guy's full synthetic.
Full synthetic.
I'm a full synthetic. What are you running your 14?
Full synthetic.
What brand?
What oil?
I mean, you're gonna ask me that. We'll pull up my maintenance log. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
Get my maintenance
log.
Another good
question. Hold on, another good question.
Now that I'm working from home, I don't drive as often. All right, maintenance log. Here we go.
I like that.
Last oil change was 19 October, because that's the sample I sent to Blackstone Labs.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
and
they
came back.
Yeah,
Blackstone Labs came back.
I remember that.
And was like, hey, we analyzed your oil, and your oil analysis says that you have an extremely healthy Super Duty engine. Keep doing what you're doing. Have a good day. And salute and sign off.
Wow.
So I was like, whoa, that's great.
What kind of oil is it?
Yep. So
play. Woo. I was just giving him a shout out. He just texted me.
Here. Where is it?
T cover.
Scrolling.
I'm torn between Shell Rotella T6 and AMSOIL.
I haven't touched AMSOIL. Okay, here we go. I have it at the top. Yeah, it's Shell Rotella.
Yeah, Shell Rotella T6.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I had to go all the way to the top. At the top, I have like the cetane booster that I use. I got the oil filters. I got the oil type.
What kind of cetane booster do you run?
The PM22 ASU.
The Ford one?
Okay.
Okay.
So and the PM23A for winter. It's cold here. It's like, 27 outside right now. It's cold here. So I just finished my last 2 bottles of 22A for summer. So I'm about to switch to 23A for winter.
So I just tried the winter one. I did a little MPG test on the video. I didn't release yet, but for the winter one, I didn't see. Well, Only thing I can test is MPG. I can't test any of the other claims. So I just did a back-to-back MPG test, one with, one without, and I didn't see any improvement. But at the end of the day, that's not really what it's for anyway. It's not for an improvement in MPG, but it does say that. But I'm wondering how much cetane booster is actually in this stuff. So it doesn't say that it has cetane in it anywhere on it. Just says it's anti-gel and a performance.
So I wonder what the 20. I'm gonna look at the 22A. Or do you have the 23? Is that what you're holding right now? Or you get the 22?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
What?
Look on the back. It says right there, right above that white label, Sean.
Right above the white label on the back.
No, on the barcode. It should be right there. It says PM22A or
PM23A.
Go get the other one.
So he's got the winter. The 23 is winter.
So I use this winter one, and I haven't tried the summer one. Now the summer one says right on it, it's a cetane booster and performance improver.
And
this
performance
one says
improver.
Anti-gel and performance improver. So I'm thinking that this anti-gel one really isn't supposed to be a cetane booster, whereas this one specifically says cetane booster.
So it's like the winter version of.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if I could just add this in there. If I did the treatment, would that be too much or what?
No, I don't think it's going to be too much. It's just you're going to have more benefits of using the black capped bottle in winter months versus,
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you could use them both, but I mean, it would just kind of be in my mind, I know it doesn't say cetane in it, but it's going to have some cetane qualities, and whether or not.
When you pop the cap off, it smells like diesel.
Oh Christ, I know, Mel.
And you get it on your hands.
Oh my God.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. When I smelled it, I didn't really think it smelled like anything.
Why don't you give it a sip and you tell me? What's it taste like?
Are you talking about the 22 or the 23?
They both are rank.
The winter one. I never opened the cetane one, but when I opened this one,
okay. The cetane one smells like a bottle of diesel.
Oh,
does it? Now this
I swear, I try so hard not to get any on me. No matter what I do, I'll get a paper towel. I'll poke the foil with a little pack screwdriver. Use a towel to peel the foil off, and I'm like, how in the hell did he go through the paper towel? It's impossible. What the hell's going on?
You pull the bottle out, like it drops a drip down the side of the truck.
Oh, that's my one complaint. They need a better way to dispense this. Like Hot Shot Secret, how it has that squeeze thing on the Hot Shot Secret bottle. I wish they had something like that. Because it's hard to measure.
Redesign.
Trying to measure this stuff.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get a hold of somebody.
So DS, I haven't switched to the winter yet, so I don't know. And I only started using this stuff this year when A-Rod told me about it. So this is my first year using the 22A, and it'll be my first winter using 23A.
Motorcraft, nothing but the best.
Yeah.
I know it's good stuff, but and I think the main purpose of this one is going to be the anti-gel versus actually cetane. So I think if this really had a ton of cetane, they would tell you, because that'd be a huge benefit to have anti-gel and a ton of cetane. And so I think they're just different bottles. I'm sure they could be used in conjunction.
And like for us, for what my wife and I, the family do, boondocking, right? We're going camping in the truck, right? So it may be sitting for days in like below freezing temps. So that's where the anti-gel qualities really help us.
Yeah. How cold are you going to get? You thinking like possibly out camping?
We've gotten down in the single digits before.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Kidding.
So you definitely want to.
Well, then too, I mean, like the fuel stations and whatnot, they're going to be, they got to be adding additives, for their winter blended a fuel that they're going to be dispensing. So, I mean, it's going to be just different for, everybody's locale and temperature and geographic.
Yeah, I mean, they do it for gasoline. I've never really given it much thought to. They do it for diesel.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. They've got a winter blend and everything. But if you get fuel from a station that's not high enough volume and they still have summer blend diesel, that can be an issue if it gets real cold. Or if you haven't burned off your summer diesel for whatever reason, if it's been sitting for 2 months and you didn't burn it, all of a sudden it's cold, then you could have a wrong kind of blend for your temperature.
Speaking of diesel, this would be kind of cool to show you guys. I wonder, I'm going to send this to myself.
But before you say that, I do want to say that additive is good to have that in there early, because it says that, what does it say about the stipulations? Like, you can't put it in the engine if it's cold. What are they saying? They don't want this actual product to be cold. So if it says freeze warning, product will thicken and freeze below 32 degrees.
And that's on what bottle?
On the anti-gel. So this product, they don't want you to keep frozen. Like, you can't store this.
So I wonder, once it's mixed with diesel, if the qualities of that product and the diesel interact.
Yeah, no, you just don't want to store the whole bottle right before you add it. You want to have this bottle stored above 32 degrees before you add it. But once you add it properly, when it's above that temperature, it makes the diesel fuel stable to -9 degrees Celsius or 15 degrees.
Yeah, but I ain't going to be out in that cold temps.
Oh, it says right here, it says
in the hotel for that one.
anti-gel must be added to fuel above its cloud point, which is 15 degrees Fahrenheit. If added below this temperature, the additive will not work properly. So you have to put it into the tank before the fuel is at 15 degrees. So you got to be a little bit proactive.
Yeah, that's good to know. I mean, for us in Virginia, that wouldn't be an issue. But you start getting up like where y'all are at, maybe up in Maine, up in Alaska,
be a couple weeks,
Canada. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind.
Sure.
You need to get up to operating temp, I guess. I mean, I know engine operating temp, but I guess just the ambient heat from transmission and stuff would probably heat up the fuel.
You probably, like in our area, you're probably hitting those temperatures at night, and then you probably come above them during the day.
Because I know in some of the extreme, I got a friend up in Quebec, and they put their truck in a heated garage.
Yeah.
So
wow.
And this is when they want to add it when it's in a heated garage.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Like, if you were in a sub-zero, straight Arctic environment, I wonder how much of a headache this OEM Ford product could be if it's always
like ice road truckers, man, when it's like always below freezing all the time.
Always freezing, and they have a lot of stipulations like, oh, if it's 15 degrees Fahrenheit, you can't add it because it won't necessarily work. Or if this is 32 degrees, like, you want to throw it in your toolbox and have a couple whatever just laying in a toolbox in the elements.
That's what I do. I got
just
a couple of bottles.
But maybe I'm very curious about some of these other things like Hot Shot Secret, where the reviews are just, people rave about those products.
So have you tried anything? Because I mean, like I said earlier, this is my first time using the Ford additives. Have you tried anything else? And
I'm just trying.
Experience?
I'm just doing I'm going through my first tank with this Ford additive.
Okay.
My next tank, I want to try the cetane, but I don't know. I might just use both together, because I don't think that one has a lot of cetane in it. I think it's more of just an anti-gel. But I'm very curious about the AMSOIL one, where they have it's a cetane and it's a really good anti-gel. It has everything all in one. And the tests that I've seen done on that one have been really good. It lubricates, it adds cetane, and it anti-gels. So, very interested in doing that. But tell me about your oil changes that you're doing test and analysis and everything on.
Yeah, so this last oil change I did back in October 19th, it was at 75,493. What I did was, I've not had any major issues with the truck, right? I had to replace the power steering lines, which A-Rod told me exactly what to get for that one. And the PCV had a leak, but it was under a technical service bulletin, so that was replaced free of charge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, I've not had any issues. Other than, same thing, I was up under the truck and I noticed that there was an oil leak coming out of the oil pan, and you could see, I guess, I don't know if they do it by hand at the plant or if it's by like machine where they put the gasket on the oil pan, but you could see like where the machine just made a mistake or the human made a mistake. So I was leaking out of there. So I had messaged A-Rod, hey, what's that gasket stuff I need to get? So I was going to pull the pan. I was like, well, hell, if I'm going to pull the pan, might as well go ahead and just upgrade the pan. So I put an AFE deep oil pan on there with a
Nice.
Photomo
Yeah.
quick drain valve, which I absolutely love.
How many more quarts of oil?
It adds 3 more, I think.
Okay.
3 more to it. I may be getting it confused with the no, here it is. So yeah, so I did the transmission at the same time. So the transmission takes 6 more quarts. And it's 2 for the oil, 2 more quarts.
Okay.
So I replaced the pan, right, and did all that. And while I was draining it, I sent it to Blackstone Labs because I had saw some other YouTube videos about using Blackstone Labs. And
where are they at?
So, I'm not sure where they're based out of, but it was super simple. Like they'll send you the oil analysis containers and slips and everything for free.
Really?
You just pay, like you send it, like you pay when you have them analyze it. I think it was like $30 to have it analyzed. But they if I can find it.
I'm looking up right now. They are.
I'm gonna find the one they sent me. Hold on, let me get my email open.
So you can save a lot of money by analyzing your oil.
Yeah. So what it does is they'll tell you like what metals are in your oil, and like certain components when they wear down will put certain chemicals in the oil. And when they do the analysis, they'll say, hey, you have a high level of lead, or you have a high level of zinc, or you got a lot of copper, and this component is made. I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. This filter is made out of copper. So if you see a high amount of copper, your filter might be wearing down. Something along those lines.
They also mentioned that you have a 6.7, so they know kind of like, okay, you got a 6.7 Powerstroke, and we're seeing these metals. Then your 6.7 is putting graphite iron from a whatever or a whatever metal. They kind of know what engine and what metals to look for, I'd imagine. Because you said
that's exactly it.
Good wear for a 6.7.
Yeah. I'm looking for my Blackstone Labs analysis. I thought I had saved it, but I think it's
so. How long have you been on the same oil? Since October of 19.
I'm sorry, I lost you for a second. What were you asking?
How long have you been on the same oil?
Prior to October 19th. Let me go back. Replace.
So you've been on the same oil for over 12 months?
January.
You changed it in January this year?
January 25th of this year at 67,607.
No way. Wow.
And then I replaced it again October 19th this year at 75,193.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So October 19th was just the last time you did a analysis.
No, I did a change. I had the minder, like the minder thing pop up because we were idling a lot while camping.
So you're not doing it like an extended drain interval. You're just running off of the computer.
The minder, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's something too to keep in mind. So when we're out camping, right, we may idle for high periods of time to kind of recharge all the batteries.
Yeah.
So we may not put a lot of like road miles on the vehicle, but it's going to have a high engine, and that's the same thing you see with with like your boom lifts, like your cherry pickers and stuff like that. You have high idle times.
I'm seeing it with my 450. It's telling me like I got 30% oil left already, and I got 2,000 miles. So
Let's see here.
I'm idling a lot.
Yeah, we idle a lot, like boondocking, right? Just mainly for charging stuff. I'm looking for that Blackstone report. I'll find it.
So with the Shell Rotella T6 and running off of the monitor, the oil life monitor, you're getting a really healthy engine.
Yeah. All right. Here's the report, right? So I'm gonna read the report to you. Thanks for the. Okay, so there's no measurable fuel or moisture contamination in your oil sample, and there's no evidence
Wow.
of coolant contamination.
Wow.
What we see indicates a healthy power stroke under the hood. Your wear
Guys, can
metals stack up nicely with universal averages,
check
which
this
show
out.
typical wear for Powerstroke engines after 6,900 miles of oil use. And your internal parts are happy and healthy, and the oil itself is in excellent physical condition. Check back next time to begin your trend. So that's something too, right? So when you submit your oil sample to Blackstone, and I'm sure other companies do this too, you submit your VIN and your address and stuff like that, and they give you an option to like specify vehicle ID, right? So if you have like 20 Super Duties in your fleet and they're all numbered, you could specify that as well. But what they'll do is they'll start to give you trends for your particular vehicle. So after 20, 30, 40 samples being sent, they'll tell you how your vehicle is trending, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But they're breaking down, look at the sideways, they're breaking down aluminum, chromium, iron, copper, lead, tin, nickel. There's chemicals I can't even pronounce. There's silver,
Oh,
titanium, potassium, and they're breaking
But
down yours with universal averages
but a
and
big
also
one,
trends.
a big one is that they're also telling you your fuel dilution and your what's the other one? Fuel
Yep. So they're also giving you the viscosity, your flash points, fuel percentage, antifreeze
Wow.
percentage, water
Wow.
percentage,
Wow.
insolubles. So anything that won't burn out.
That is so interesting.
Yeah,
So
it's really nice.
So you could send new oil to them. You could send like, okay, let's test
Yes,
Shell
you could.
Rotilla T6. Let's test AMSOIL as it came to us from the
wow.
manufacturer. Let's send it in and let's see what the flash point is on the actual oil that they sent to us, and every other thing that we could want to know.
So like you and I are using Shell, right? So we could send them a clean sample of Shell Rotella and say what chemicals are in the Shell Rotella straight from the bottle, like straight from the manufacturer, to see how maybe that stacks up against your wear metals.
One thing that, I've been talking about going with either Shell Rotilla or AMSOIL, and some of the information probably presented by AMSOIL, I don't remember who exactly printed it, but they were showing like AMSOIL was on top of Shell Rotilla it's like a little better. And then as the engine hours rack up, the AMSOIL stays at a 5W40 rating longer than the Shell Rotilla, where the Shell Rotilla became closer, it started losing viscosity much sooner than the AMSOIL. And what's interesting is like the AMSOIL, while it was better, it kind of comes down to cost, because the real benefits from the AMSOIL came after 200 hours. Like, 400 hours, we're still good, but who's running their oil for 400 hours?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, it's like, I don't know if I'm not going to run for 400 hours, but you could save, if your goal was really just to save money, you could run this test and get two oil changes out of it. If your oil and filters and everything and your fuel dilutions and your flash points and your viscosity stay good, you could run 2 oil changes if you're really monitoring it and getting it analyzed. And you have that, because I think AMSOIL has some kind of extended oil and filter. I think it's like 1 year or 25,000 miles available for the diesel. But it's like, do you want to take that risk?
Yeah. So do you use Motorcraft filters on your truck?
I use I haven't even changed the oil yet, but I think I tried an AMSOIL before.
Yeah.
Motorcraft, not that matters, but
I would use Motorcraft, I would use AMSOIL, or I wouldn't use anything cheap. I've used Mobil One filters in the past, but I just wouldn't get nothing cheap. I've used Bosch filters, but the AMSOIL.
I was gonna say I'm using Motorcraft. I get them from like diesel filters online.
Yeah. The AMSOIL filters are built really nice, but I don't know what I want to do because like I said, I'm on my first oil change here,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
true.
don't know.
Well, both of y'all have brand new trucks, so
Yeah. So I don't know. I want to see. Part of me is like, just do the motorcraft. It's the safe thing to do, whatever. But that's what everybody's doing. I got to make videos. I got to do stuff a little different, and it's kind of like.
Yeah, you're almost using yours like a test platform.
Yeah, it's a test platform.
Pretty much.
So it's like, just motorcraft. We already know motorcraft's great. Like, that's nothing new. So.
See, the big difference between like you and I, right? So I'm not making YouTube videos. Like I'm using it for like real world. I'm taking the family out, or I'm hauling stuff, pulling a travel trailer. So I want to stick with, like, for me personally, I try to stick in line with as much motorcraft components as possible, because there's a lot of discussion around this, and there's a lot of passion about one product over the other. But in my mind, motorcraft products are built for Ford, so therefore it's going to be within their tolerances and specs.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Exactly. And these aren't cheap trucks. They're very expensive. So
that's critical.
I don't want to break
some of these trucks where I think like the 6.0 where the filter has a housing, or even the 2.7 where the filter has a housing. Those like when you take the filter out, the oil filter, you see the inside of the filter goes in the housing. A lot of times they don't fit right unless it's a motorcraft.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. And it's sometimes they wind up doing more harm than actual good, because I see in my career, I have seen countless numbers of 6 liters come in that I've made a video on one that either have had the wrong oil filter cap assembly contraption on it, and it comes in with a no start and trashes that IPR valve. And
like, you mean someone does a fancy aftermarket cap instead of the one that came with the vehicle? Yeah. So I think the way it was explained to me is that Ford has some kind of patent that prevents people from making, or other companies from making, filters, so that you have to get the motorcraft one.
Yeah.
But that being said, when it comes to the spin-on filter, you're probably okay to use anything reputable. But at the same time, if you use something really dirt cheap garbage, then that can be an issue.
So speaking of fuel, let me show you guys. Let me see if I can show you guys this. Where is it? I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I guess I can't share a screen, huh? I should be able to, shouldn't I? I just did. You saw me share the screen of the oil analysis, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And we did the truck build earlier too, which.
Yeah, I don't see.
We should do the truck build too. It should be at the bottom. Share screen, green button.
Yeah, it's there. I just don't. Zoom sharing host. There's something going on with the with its little ability to do something. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Advanced sharing options. Because I wanted to do that. Let me. So I actually found it. Let me see if I can figure this out once again. So
there it goes. It just popped up. There's the build.
I found my fuel. I was making a video, I was telling you guys a little earlier in the podcast of how to drain the water separator, and I thought my fuel looked so clear. It didn't have any sediment, didn't have any issues. It just was really clear, and it wasn't until I put a light underneath it that it turned like this weird iridescent blue. John had just made a question, or I made a statement rather, about that it's kind of got that yellow look to it when you usually get fuel, and I can say I have seen that too, but I just thought it was kind of weird that my fuel was this weird blue color. It looked very clean. It just was blue, so it was kind of funny to see.
Talking about. It looks like death.
It's definitely not deaf.
Doesn't it look like it?
It's definitely not DEF.
It's straight. It's just fuel. It's just blue.
Yeah, it's just was. That's
Where'd
what
you
my
fill
fuel.
up at, or where'd you get it from?
They're all Speedway fuel.
Is Speedway better?
I don't know. That's where I fill up by work, and when I get fuel for work trucks, I always go to Speedway. That's where our account's at, and their turnaround rate is continuously being replenished, and it's kind of, I mean, shoot, I'm gonna take my stuff there, so. I don't know. It was kind of cool to see. I mean, it wasn't something I was expecting to see. So when I saw the blue, I'm like, oh, whoa, dude, come check this out.
I wonder if you can send it to Blackstone.
Yeah, I wonder if they can analyze it. Like I said, I've never seen
fuel.
Blue. I mean, there's like greenish yellow, right? For on road.
There's green and
red.
red.
Red dyed for off road.
This is a new off road.
Can you run red in these 6.7s?
I mean, yeah, I think
it's can.
It's just dyed differently.
If you get stopped by the state police and they do a little diesel on the road inspection, and you're running red dyed non-tax diesel on the highway,
are you going to be in trouble?
You got some penalties coming your way.
Yeah. Does it run different on the red? Like, would it be? More?
Not to my knowledge. Like, I don't want to speak out of line and be wrong, but from what I've been told, it's just dyed red because it's not taxed.
That's it.
Oh wow!
By the way, when you run that red dye in your vehicle, it'll stain your filter red, and it won't turn back until your next filter change.
Oh wow!
Something to keep in mind.
I think moving off of the subject of fuel and even what the fuel goes in is these trucks, and the 21 models are now out for ordering and now purchasing, because I've already worked on a 21. Let's build a truck live. I'm going to give a shout out to my store. Make sure to check us out at billbarnford.net. Come and see me, book your service appointment, and check out our fleet commercial sales department, and let's get your fleet hooked up with some new Powerstrokes. Get the old stuff out, get the new stuff in, and yeah, pretty much what you're going to do to build your own truck is what you're going to see here, because I have pulled up live Ford.com trucks, Super Duty models and specs. This is something that DS Trucks has visited. My buddy Diesel Daddy, my buddy Kegman, firefighter up in Chi-Town, all these dudes got to order their trucks, and I was not able to, but one day I will. This is it right here. Whatever you guys are wanting, let's pretend
So we're gonna build one. Truck. We're gonna build one right now, right?
Like, we're gonna build one right now. I'm gonna pretend I'm getting rid of my 20.
So A-Rod's gonna get me and DS a new one.
Yep.
Live.
I'm getting you all new trucks. I'm gonna get a new truck and I'm gonna build it. We're gonna have 3 similar built trucks here. What do we want to start with? Do you guys want to start with the Lariat, or do you guys want to go straight to the King Ranch and Platies?
I would personally go with the Lariat, but let's do a Platy. I mean,
I'm going to do a King Ranch because I like the interiors. Let's see.
Go big or go home, man.
Let's start with a 21 Super Duty King Ranch.
You don't want a 450?
No, I don't want a 450.
You want a 350?
I want to build and price. Key features. Look at that interior. I was just in a King Ranch.
You know what I don't?
That is so beautiful, man.
You know what I don't like about that interior, though? Is the steering wheel is brown. Like the whole IP, all that brown. I think
that's
the seats
cool.
look good, but all that brown on the steering wheel.
That's cool.
Like,
okay, look at this. Look at this old little tiny girl right here. Notice the tinted windshield, the tinted windows. Shit looks G. Let's do with the 350. I want to keep what I like. I like the 350. Definitely gonna get.
You're running a 350.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, we got that 450.
Oh, I got a 450.
You got the 450. Okay.
He got that 450. Let's what are we rolling with? We're gonna get the King Rancher right there.
I'd
Let's
say if I
go.
ever had to do it over again, I would go with the 350.
Yeah, that's a good thing to
The
have.
250 is nice, but like once we started crunching the numbers for payload and stuff,
Do I want to
getting
do an
really close to
8-foot
max.
bed or 6 3/4 bed? Well, I've already got a
6.
6 3/4 bed. Fuck, let's just do the 8.
8 foot's a lot of truck for you.
I know, but let's
That may be too much truck for you.
single rear wheel. So
Single, come on, man.
8-foot bed's
You
gonna be the
gotta
long one.
you're hauling horses, man. You gotta have a dual.
King, look at that back end. Just okay, watch the back end. Oh, what the hell just happened?
Up, it went away.
Oh, let me hit back.
Oh, it's not available. You hit something that's not available.
Not the
Oh,
wheelbase with the SRW 8-foot. It's not available.
oh, did I totally just screw that up? Oh, I'm just waiting for it to load. Shit. I like the interactive website. That is, I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's cool because it's gets pretty close to what they can actually build.
Mhm.
Sometimes there's a few discrepancies, but
They've come a long way. I mean, I remember doing this a while back, long time ago, right? And it was nothing interactive like this. It was basic. It was just like a static image, and they would just like change the color, right?
yeah.
All right, what are we gonna do? Let's look at the paint. That antimatter blue. I saw that in person, and it was nasty.
Would you do that Lariat Sport package again or blacked out?
Yeah, for sure. I do like this right here that you got.
That's nice.
Yes.
I like that too.
I do like that.
Guys were like, I think it was your one subscriber. He was really cool, but he's like, oh, that's gonna stick to so much snow. And I was like, oh, I hope not.
Is that just like a kick plate or a backer plate or something?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It's nice.
Dude, is it lighted or is it just solid?
Adding. Crew
No, there's
cab
no
for
lighting. There's no lighting
net
there. It's
price.
just solid.
Do you want to continue? Yeah.
What's crazy is is that a King Ranch and it doesn't have LEDs
Well, hold on. I'm not at that package yet. So let's
for the
go
headlights? You still have to add LEDs at the King Ranch level.
Trans. I want the no. I want the 355 because I like mine. Oops. I want to see the truck. What am I doing? Non-limited locking. Okay, that's what I got.
Get a limited slip, bro, for sure.
Limited slip.
100%.
Okay.
Can you get a 355 limited slip?
That's what it says. Oh, non-limited slip.
No, you want the there you go.
Yeah, that limited slip is so much nicer than the locking.
Pick your other one.
Pick the other one.
Go back up. You're talking about electronic locking, right?
Can you get limited slip without electronic locking? Just straight up limited? That sucks. So I've got the limited slip on my 450. It is so nice.
Packages. So what do we want? I'm gonna just get the big boy. This was something I thought would be a good topic to discuss about is adding this on. Would it be any different in ride quality not having a camper, but having the extra sway bar?
Oh, that camper package? Yeah, that's a sway bar.
It is.
And it's a certification. It's a So I got that on my 450 and it doesn't hurt the ride quality at all.
We don't want any old man chrome, and we definitely ain't running that stuff. FX off-road.
Yeah, hey, I will say the video you did a while back of the CNG upgrade was really cool. That was sweet.
So the FX4 off-road package also requires the following changes. Add L2 18s. Tire change. Gotcha. Okay, yep. So we want to change that. Ooh, now we got another question here. Heavy service front suspension package. Heavy front suspension also requires the following. Oh, to remove the camper package. Well, I wonder what that means. Does that mean snowplow package?
Well, no, there should be a snowplow package that gives you the camper package and the. So yeah, it's
and the heavy front suspension.
Ooh, what does this do?
There's a snowplow. There's a snowplow / camper package.
Add tailgate step, tailgate assist, and the chrome package. Remove nothing. Okay, let's see what that does. So that adds the chrome to it. King Ranch Ultimate Package. Let's see what that does.
LEDs and everything.
You think so?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Power
And power
deployables.
running boards. Yeah. Now that just like really cleaned up the side of that truck. I'm
I
sorry,
have
but
to
those
say
running
though,
boards are pretty sweet.
I have to say I like the static ones too.
There's
regret-
your camper package with the snowplow.
Oh, and look
down
at the
one.
fog lights. Sean, look at our fog lights. Look at the
The
fog lights for
the
21.
fog lights changed and the headlights.
Yeah. What did the
fog
headlights
lights,
do?
The fog lights went to a full
Like almost
unit.
square.
That's almost like how they were before. Because on the 20s they made it like a skinny little thing, and then they went to a full one now.
Yeah, look at that. What
the main headlight changed too.
like
Oh, really?
around here? Like I think this looks different right here. Like this looks like a little thicker, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's interesting. Very interesting.
I hope they didn't change the pin out again.
Oh, crying out
They
loud.
probably did just because they don't want you switching them around.
Snowplow prep package.
You talking about like putting a 2021 light on a 2020 or 19 or something?
Right. They changed the pins and added stuff just to. I mean, I don't know why they did that.
Oh, look at this. They have a snowplow and camper package.
Yep.
That's what you want to go with.
Wow. Yeah, let me do that. Okay, so it's probably going to add remove. Yep. Okay, for $5. That's funny.
That's what I got on my 450.
Okay, here we come. Exterior. Okay, no. 18s, 20s. 20.
Ooh, get those wheels, man.
Aluminum.
Scroll down one.
Go down. Yeah.
Ooh, oh man, that's
Right
the way to go.
Light caribou. I like that.
That looks nice.
Let's check them out. Okay, what are we going to add? It's going to remove the chrome package. Remove.
Oh, what?
Get the hell out of here.
Why are we
Wait,
remove
hold
Just
on.
for all the wheels?
For the
You don't
wheels.
want chrome. What are you talking about?
Well, no, I had the chrome package on there.
You
Because
don't like
got,
chrome.
I know, but you got the monochromatic
Wait,
paint or
why
something.
changing the wheels? It removed that.
Because it doesn't want that old man chrome with those wheels.
Mm.
But look at the fog lights now.
The fog lights changed.
Wow, they did.
They became
Good observation, Sean.
They became like how they are in our 20s.
And then
So what is that? Because I don't have that on the 14.
You get this sweet fender flare that you get this sweet tire rubbing free of charge, courtesy of website.
It's built.
Yeah, sometimes that happens when they're generating those images.
Definitely doing the.
So is that fog light just like an LED strip?
Mm-hmm.
With a bar?
Yeah, pretty much. It's got like, I don't know, 6 LEDs in it. They're bright. They strobe nice.
That strobe video was cool.
Adaptive steering. I'll take adaptive steering.
Oh yeah, dude. Plowing with adaptive steering is so nice.
What else we got? Ooh, alternator.
I think you were talking about that on the last video, I believe.
Here we got
On the last
397.
podcast?
Yeah, the last podcast. We were talking about
I think I was probably thinking like, how's plowing going to be with the adaptive steering?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got.
So it's working out. It's working out really good.
It was great. I was a little bit worried about like the weight
aluminum
and the
crossbed
center,
toolbox.
the center wheel, the center of steering, but it didn't have no effect. Because when you put all that weight, it changes the like steering angle.
Yep.
So, but it really didn't.
Wow.
The 450 didn't really care about that weight.
I could get that later.
Oh, you can do the bed mat from the factory?
But they don't. They delete it because you have the fifth wheel prep.
Oh.
Bed step retractable. That's silly. Bed liner drop in. No. Spray in for sure. I like that price just keeps going up and up. Bliss. Oh, that's included. Old box link. Cool. Customer place trailer camera. Shoot, I want it.
That's really good for fifth wheels.
I've got it right here in this box.
Well, this should be standard. Why would this be an option?
What?
Dual battery.
It is standard, but when you add it, it puts you in a 7.3, so don't add that. It's standard for a diesel. It's going to put you in.
Yeah. Good. I think this dude's
Dude,
done this before.
I know, dude, I've been through it so many times.
Engine
Dude,
block heater, $100. Exterior backup alarm. Come on.
Yeah, you don't want that.
I definitely
Nope.
want this.
No.
Oh, no?
I mean,
I'll take
you
this.
can, but you
I'll
don't
take
need
that.
that.
Hood
Unless
deflector.
you want that fifth wheel.
Individual trailer TPMS.
So that's something that we have on our travel trailer, which will be nice.
LED box lighting. LED
But it's
roof
not
mark
integrated with
lamp.
Ford. It's aftermarket.
Do you have cab lights?
Mhm.
Live drive power takeoff precision. Hell
You already
yeah.
have it.
I want it.
It might put you in the. Oh,
Power
never mind.
moonroof.
Do
Got
both
it.
of y'all have the dual sunroof or moonroof?
I don't.
I do.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Quad beams.
Yeah, that's something I want in the next Super Duty I get is to have the dual.
They are problematic, but hey, what can
Skid
you say?
plates. Splash guards. Mud flaps. Frickin' A rights. Stowable loading ramps. Oh, he forgot to show me that. He was gonna the 21 Tremor that came in that had me turn on OCR. He said he ordered it and got the stowable loading ramps. I'll take that shit.
This truck is more than my 450.
Tonneau cover. See, here we go. Tonneau cover, pickup box cover, hard.
But that's the one that rolls up and blocks the back window.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want that.
See,
What's
you
that
want
one?
you want the
Is that the
retractable one.
retractable for
That's what
16?
it says.
You want the retractable one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, but it's $1,600. But it's a Ford,
I mean, we're at 84,000 right now, so
Tonneau cover.
You might want to chill a little bit and not add a $1,600 tonneau cover.
Oh, wheel locks. Oh yeah, wheel locks. I want them boys. Wheel well liner front / rear. Definitely take that. Tire type included.
All terrain's already there.
18. Okay. Exterior mirrors. I cannot believe how much shit you can pick. This is
I like
unbelievable.
that step. Dude, can you look up how much that step is from the
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'll write myself a note here. DS Trucks step bar.
I'll stand right on that little back part and just reach in my tool.
That's one thing I wish I had on my 14 was like an extended step to get over the side into the bed of the truck into the toolbox.
Yeah.
Oh, and I still have interior. Oh my goodness.
I think Amp Research makes like a little step that goes back there.
Like a single step or something?
Yeah, that you like kick it and it pops out.
You said Amp Research?
I've been reading some issues with this port's ability to charge. I think that's something we should talk about and maybe look up some.
It's not powerful enough for my laptop, man.
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not that much power.
Surprised.
It's good for a cell phone. Anything more than that, it kind of falls on its face. It says 400 watts, but I bet that's 400 watts max.
Like 400 watts peak?
Yeah, I bet it's 400 watts peak. Now, I will say, when it's freezing cold, it wants to do more than it does when it's hot outside.
Ooh, floor covering vinyl. If you want it, it's 115.
Ooh, that's a good one to have. I wish I would have got that. You should definitely add that.
Adding.
Here's the problem with these trucks. When you have the carpet, the water is going to go through the carpet and go into your harness. If you have the vinyl.
Supplement your heat.
Yep.
I have that, yep. If you have the vinyl carpet.
Do you have a universal garage door opener, Sean, on your driver's head visor?
No.
I don't either. Upfitter switches, $165.
I had it on my 150 and it didn't work with my garage.
I've only seen two trucks come in with this. Kind of cool, but you kind of lose some like room a little bit.
I wonder if we can add that universal garage door feature with forescan and
drive it. What does that mean?
Drive what? Oh, that just means send it to some
bingo. Anybody want to pick out PTT's truck? Make sure to come and stop by, check us out, and get this ordered up. today.
How cool would it be if you went and spec'd out a truck exactly how you wanted it, like legit, not even just like that, like really sat down and spec'd it out, ordered it, built it, had it delivered, and said, "Hey guys, somebody come buy this truck." You
Yo,
could do
Brown,
that.
what do you think? Let's do it.
You could. Well, why not? Or you could just be
Why
like,
not?
or you just be like, let's just do it, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna
PTT built this truck.
just tell the salesman, yeah, I'm gonna buy the truck.
Yeah.
And then when it comes in, be like, you know what?
Just mark it off as a company expense. Just write it off on taxes, man.
It's all about advertisement. You got to spend money to make money.
Yeah, get your dealership logo on the side with the PTT sticker. Get it? You need it. We need a DS truck sticker.
I know. DS, you need to get some logos, man.
I gotta come up with a new logo, man. A nice logo.
I think tonight's podcast was really cool for the fact that we got to do some sharing, something that we've never really done, especially to look at building a truck live together. I mean, I think that was pretty cool. I know we had the last gentleman had brought his window sticker. That was kind of cool. I think freaking flies in here. It would be cool just to compare, talk about, what options your truck came with, our truck came with, yada, yada. But definitely think that with all the options that the Super Duty has and just going, I've never actually went through the build thing. I'm pretty blown away. Like, that is pretty fucking sweet, because I hadn't built the truck, but just to see the powertrain, the engine, the interior, like, I didn't really think you could go through and pick literally all that, all those options. But you reap what you sow, and DS is a prime example of that. And what he clicked on is literally what he's driving, what you guys are seeing on his channel. I think that's pretty cool. I'm still gonna rock mine, but I think
two sides.
That's pretty cool.
There's two sides to it. Like, we built that King Ranch just now for well over almost close to 90. Was it like 85,000?
Yeah.
Well, using that site, you can build your truck. I've built my F450 to be 81,000. So I was doing the opposite. I was going through and taking everything out to make it more affordable but still make it cool. Instead of putting all this in, like, I was like, where can I take something out?
I feel you. Okay.
You know what I mean? I still have a sweet truck, but those 450s easily going to 90,000.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to have it be at 90,000, but I still wanted that. What's the least I can add to get the LED lights? And then make a cutoff and then just say that's it, no more.
Mama said no. All right, you guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning back in with us for the 9th Powerstroke Tech Talk podcast here on Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to tell us what you think about this in the comment section below, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see. If anybody's got any ideas, I'm going to put all of our social media links in the description. Make sure to give Matt a hard time. And if you guys want to get on the show, check out my email right above my head, and I'll get you in the queue with all the other dudes. So without further ado, Johnny Law, DS Trucks, everybody out there, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Later.